Okay, class, so yesterday we got our hibernating bear put together. We've talked about that different animals that survive, and specifically we've talked about animals that survive in winter. So we decided to draw the parts and label the parts for our bear. And so first we're going to start with the drawing part. So we know that he has 2 ears, just like we do. So we're going to draw our line here, pointing to the ears, and our arrow. And then right below that, we are going to write ears. Next, we are going to give him his nose. He has a nose just like we do. It may not look the same, but he has a nose. And so we're drawing a line going across. And then we are going to draw a small oval on that, attached to that line to represent his nose. And then we're going to draw our arrow pointing to that. And we're going to write nose over here outside of the cave. We're having to work around our habitat that he's in for the winter of the cave with our labels. Now we are ready to draw his claws on the end of his paws. Yes, claws and paws rhyme. Very good. And so you say, well, Mrs. Smith, why are there only 3 legs and 3 paws? Well, that's because we cannot see his other leg and his other paw that is on the other side of his body, but we know it is there because we know that bears have 4 legs and 4 paws. So we're just going to label one arrow for claws, pointing to the black part, and another arrow pointing toward the brown part of his paw. And we only need to label that once, since we already know the name of it and can see that he has them on the other legs as well. Now we're going to give him his eyes, and we can just go a little bit up above that line that we drew for his nose, and we can just give him some little oval-shaped eyes. And we can draw an arrow coming down, and we can branch it off and make 2 little arrows. And we can write this on top of our cave, the word eyes. We need to make sure we put an S because it's not just 1 eye, it is 2. So we need an S on there. Oh, and we cannot forget his mouth. So the way I'm going to show you how to draw his mouth today is I'm just going to come right in the middle of his nose, and I'm going to do a letter J, capital letter J, facing the correct way. And then I am going to come in the middle again and do a capital letter J facing the opposite way. We know we would not normally write it that way, but for this drawing we are. And so then we are going to draw an arrow pointing to his mouth, and we're going to write mouth here toward the bottom of our cave. And so those are the main parts of our bear. And he or she is all settled in and ready to start hibernating for the winter.